Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, and today's video is going to be the episode number 2 for NIME Analytics Platform Beginner's Guide. Alright, so for today's session or today's video, we will be doing three main things. Number one, handling missing values. Number two, data column manipulations. Number three, data visualization. So let's go ahead and start off with handling missing values. As far as I know, this first data has some missing values. There you go. So it has some missing values. That's why it is depicted with a question mark with a circle around it. So how do we handle missing values? It's really simple. Just drag this, typing missing values and settings. And here it is very straightforward. If it's a string, what do you want the software to do? And if it's a number, what do you want the software to do? For the string, let's keep it as do nothing because it's not going to make a difference. And for number, let's take in mean value. You have many other options too, but uh, I would prefer taking mean because it is the most safest option. But again, this depends on what you're trying to achieve from this. Now, as you can see in the initial data set, there are some missing values. You select this, execute it, then you can see everything has been filled up with the mean values, right? Now, this concludes with the first chapter of whatever you call it, the first agenda. Now, second thing is column manipulations. Let's take in the second data set. Uh, this is a lot of data, right? It's really hard to look into it and understand whatever's happening, right? So let's keep this aside for now. Yeah, aside for now. Select this, drag the arrow, type in column filters, or it's usually on top, but just in case you don't have it, type in column filters. You type this, column filters, and there you go. Now, settings. Now, by default, everything has been included, but what I would suggest you to do is just press this button. This button means send everything to the left and this everything to the right. Now, select the column names that you really need. Let's take in port name and country, and you press OK, execute. You will find port name and the country next to it. Now, for the second one here, let's also do something like that. Let's take the same thing, column filters and settings. Let's take in only what we need. Let's take in GPA and let's see, breakfast maybe. Okay, this doesn't look good. Let's see what calories. Let's take in calories. Okay, calories make sense. Go back, calories. There you go. I hope this is the one. Yeah, perfect. Now, for the second one, what we have done is very similar to the previous one. Right now, what we're going to do is let's assume for a second that these two data sets have something in common and we have taken it out in this node and in this node. Now, let's say we want to see the data of this and data of this together. What do we do? Now, what our intuition says is we need to combine something with something, right? So for that, there's a node called concatenate. You type that, and like the name suggests, concatenate means something to do with two different things, right? Just simply drag and drop and execute. As you can see, everything has been listed. Don't worry about the values. Look at the column names. We have port name and country from this data set, and we have GP and calories of chicken from this data set. Now, this is what you can do with columns. You can do a lot more. For example, let's see. Okay, I'll shift everything here. Yeah, by the way, you can just select everything and just do that and press left click and hold on any node and then drag it on. So let's see what else we can do. You type in column and you can see a lot of stuff. Column mergers also there. Missing value column filters. You can do a lot of stuff with it. Now, this concludes with the second agenda, which is column manipulation. let's go ahead and play around with some data visualization concepts. Now, if you press this button here, you have a list of all charts that you can possibly play around with. By deep, the most used charts are listed here, and the advanced versions are given below. We will look into that much later into the course, but let's go ahead and play around with some basic graphs. Let's take play with bar, line, and pie chart. These three are like the most important charts, right? Let's play around with them. Now, what we have here, let's not look into this. Delete column filter. Okay, let's play around with this. Select this, execute, double click, and there you go. It's just as simple. And in case you want to check out the data of the data visualization of the initial data set, go ahead, press Control C, Control V, drag this here, simply do that, and you execute it, double click, and now here you can select everything possible. Now let's take calories of chicken if it is here. Okay, let's not there. Let's take calories day and save and execute. There you go. So this calories chicken is already included. So this is already one uh, it's already one of the axis, and this is another axis. Let's take GPA and we have calories chicken. This is one way of doing it. Then let's take in this, put it for line chart, and let's see how it looks. Yeah, it looks really haywire, but yeah, this is how it's supposed to look, right? Let's take in calories chicken. Okay, it's proportionate. Okay, that's good. Next, if you want to try with pie chart, just drag, drop, and execute to see how it looks. Okay. Yeah, of course. It also depends on the data you're dealing with, right? But the main agenda here is to understand how to implement these concepts. So I think this concludes for today's video. First, we have looked into handling missing values, which is this part, then playing around with column manipulations, then playing around with data visualizations. Now, I hope you guys have understood what I'm trying to convey. And if you guys have any other questions, please free to drop it down in the comments below, and I will make sure to address each one of you to my fullest. And have a wonderful day. Thank you.